If this morning, we could stand together in the snow, this life would count as growing old together. Bianca Frost, you've waited so long, finally, I can be by your side. It was past high a.m. The streets were eerily quiet and chillingly cold. Occasionally, a gust of cold wind swept through, carrying a few fallen leaves across the ground, rustling softly. Only the night market not far away flickered with warm lights, echoing with lively noises. People gathered, raising glasses in toasts, devouring grilled skewers, savoring the late-night relaxation. Xander Finn had already claimed a spot at the night market. The table was laden with sizzling skewers of fatty meat, their aroma tantalizing. As soon as he spotted me, he jumped up eagerly, waving wildly and shouting, "Ethan, over here." I heard the call and glanced up, my eyes scanning the crowd, heading straight toward Xander Finn. Then sitting down across from him, Xander Finn swiftly popped open a cold beer, handing it to me. "Ethan, have a drink." I didn't say much, tossed the cigarette from my hand to the ground, ground it out with my foot, then took the bottle and chugged it down. Gulp gulp, the beer vanished in an instant. Xander Finn watched my demeanor, thinking to himself that I must have been riled up by family again. Back in middle school, he and I had clashed over petty things, getting into fights more than a few times. Somehow, through all the brawling, we became sworn brothers. In his eyes, I was like a wild, untamed horse, fearless of heaven or earth when enraged. That ruthless edge made him both admire and fear me. From then on, he willingly followed as my loyal sidekick. I downed the beer in one go, set the bottle down, still silent, pulling out another cigarette and lighting it. At that moment, a piercing string of curses shattered the night market's bustle. "I'm gonna beat you to death today. You and your damn mother are cut from the same cloth, always giving me that mournful look every day. I feed you, I give you drink, and you dare hide stuff from me? Hand it over now. I need to trade it for booze." Everyone turned toward the voice, spotting Blake King, clutching half a broken beer bottle, staggering unsteadily, his face flushed purple with rage, eyes glazed from drunkenness, glaring ferociously at Bianca Frost ahead, his expression menacing and terrifying. Bianca Frost clutched her wound, fresh blood seeping through her fingers from her head, trickling down her arm, staining half her sleeve red. Her face was pale, yet showed no trace of fear. She just quickened her pace forward. Her eyes were numb and cold, as if long accustomed to such scenes. Blake King, having drunk too much, swayed drunkenly and couldn't catch up to Bianca Frost. His mouth kept roaring, "Give it up. Everything in this house is mine. If you dare refuse today, I'll beat you to death, you little brat." Bianca Frost's other hand gripped the longevity locket tightly. It was the last memento from her paternal grandparents. She'd lived with them in the countryside since childhood. Those were the warmest days of her youth. After elementary school graduation, her grandparents passed away one after another. Only then was she brought to town to live with her parents. She knew her parents didn't like her. That's why they dumped her with her grandparents. The first days back home were relatively peaceful. Later, her parents quarreled every few days, coming to blows, turning the house into chaos. She tried countless times to escape, attempting to run away, but always got caught and dragged back, followed by a brutal beating. Over time, her heart became encased in thick ice. No matter how her parents beat or cursed her, she felt no emotional stir. Just locking herself in her room allowed her a temporary escape from the pain. Later, her parents divorced anyway. Her mother remarried. Her father failed in business and got hooked on gambling, losing everything in the house, drowning in debt. After Bianca Frost started high school, she began boarding. School rules forbade staying in dorms on Sundays. To earn living expenses, every Sunday, she handed out flyers for shops. As night fell, with nowhere else to go, she had no choice but to return to that cold home. If she got home without running into her father, it was lucky. But if she bumped into him there, she'd get beaten and scolded for no reason at all. At school, she lived extremely frugally, skimping on meals, often making dough with just 2 steamed buns. She wanted to ace the college entrance exam, work part-time over summer to save tuition, hoping for a decent life someday. But the money she'd painstakingly saved and hidden at home was still rummaged out by her father, gambled away completely. Thinking of this, Bianca Frost suddenly halted, despair surging in her heart. If he beats me to death, so be it. I'm truly exhausted. She slowly closed her eyes, silently awaiting fate's judgment. I gazed at the girl before me, My heart jolted fiercely. Bianca Frost had been beaten by Blake King again. I'd warned him before, he wasn't allowed to hit Bianca Frost anymore. Bianca Frost's parents and mine had been old friends. In middle school, our families often brought kids over to play. We naturally knew each other. Not only did we attend the same middle school, now we were in the same high school. In middle school, my mother suffered from depression, her temperament suspicious and sensitive. As my father's business improved, he often came home late, or not at all. Mrs. Pierce constantly suspected Mr. Pierce of having someone else. At the slightest thing, threatening suicide or jumping off buildings. Mr. Pierce finally couldn't take it, choosing divorce, leaving the house to me and my mother, walking away empty-handed. After Mr. Pierce left, Mrs. Pierce's emotions grew even more unstable. I had no choice but to shoulder caring for her. And during all her unreasonable tantrums, both families faced major upheavals. My personality shifted drastically. At home, I was always the obedient, sensible straight-A student. But at school, I was a fierce guy no one dared mess with casually. Yet I acted with restraint, never letting conflicts reach the school's ears. Because if teachers called parents, my mother would threaten life and death, giving me endless headaches. Bianca Frost and I could be said to be kindred spirits in suffering. Before, we'd often do homework together, hang out, sharing everything. That time was my happiest. After Dad left. But good days don't last. Once, I brought Bianca Frost home. Just as we ran into her father, Blake King, at home. The alcohol was fueling his rage. Blake King saw me bringing Bianca Frost back, fury exploding in his chest. He hated my mother to the bone, believing if not for Mrs. Pierce constantly urging his wife to leave, she wouldn't have gone. Later, in his despair, he got into gambling, eventually losing everything, bankrupt. He lunged, grabbing me, yelling, "You little punk. Why'd you bring her home? Did you do something to her? I knew your Pierce family had no good ones. When I was down and out, asking your dad for a loan, he refused." With that, he raised his fist to punch me. I reacted fast, kicking Blake King to the ground, pulling Bianca Frost and running. The next day, Blake King woke on the floor, recalling last night, furious. He kicked over a chair, slammed the door, stormed to my house, kicking wildly at the door. Seeing no one open, he went berserk, nearly smashing it to pieces. Then Mrs. Pierce returned from market. Seeing Blake King kicking her door, she flew into a rage, tossing her vegetable basket, pointing at his face, cursing. "Blake King, what the hell are you doing at my house?" Blake King, face purple with anger, yelled back, "Ask your son Ethan Pierce. Last night he kicked me. My waist still hurts. He lured my daughter away. Who else would I come to?" Mrs. Pierce heard this, her emotions nearly spiraling out of control. She'd warned me early on not to associate with the King family. In her eyes, the Kings were bad luck. Bianca Frost's mother, after divorce, stayed at her house a few days. Soon after, she herself was abandoned by her husband. Before, her parents often advised the King's cursed people. Anyone involved got misfortune, but she didn't believe. Now, she feared her son would leave her because of the Kings. She shoved Blake King aside, opened the door and called me. During gym class, my phone suddenly rang. I was about to silence it, but seeing it was Mom, I answered quickly. On the other end, Mom's voice was nearly hysterical. My heart tightened. Ignoring class, I bolted from school like an arrow, racing home. Arriving, I saw Blake King, lounging on the sofa, sipping water. Mrs. Pierce saw her son return, face full of fury, rushing to grab my shirt, pounding with fists, while sobbing. "What did I tell you? No associating with the Kings. How did you promise me then? Now you dare hang with his daughter." My eyes coldly fixed on Blake King. Ignoring Mom's blows, Blake King set down his glass, slamming the coffee table, saying, "Since your son and my brat are together, I don't object. But last night he hit me. Compensation for medical bills isn't too much, right? Not much. Give me 50 không yuan, and we're square." Mrs. Pierce heard this, stopped, angrily saying, "That brat of yours? My son wouldn't bother. You deserved the beating. You damaged my door. I'm lucky not to call the cops. Get out now." Blake King put on a rogue act, saying, "No money. I'll just eat, drink, and sleep here. Even if cops come, I'm in the right." Mrs. Pierce fumed, nearly fainting. Emotions on the brink. I hurried forward, hugging Mom, guiding her to the bedroom, softly soothing, "Mom, don't be upset, calm down." Mrs. Pierce, bottling rage, raised her hand and slapped me, saying, "If you dare associate with that brat again, I'll jump from here right now." I grabbed her striking hand, eyes red, saying, "Mom, I'll listen. I won't see Bianca Frost again. Take your meds, please." Mrs. Pierce's emotions eased a bit, tears streaming. "Ethan, you're all I have. Don't lie to me anymore, okay?" "Mom, I'm really not lying. If I am, may I die horribly," I hastily swore. Mrs. Pierce quickly covered my mouth. "All right, good boy. I know." I gave Mom her meds, watched her drift to sleep, then stood. My once gentle gaze instantly turned fierce and cold. I softly closed the door, went to the living room, grabbed Blake King's collar on the sofa, dragged him out the door. After tugging and pulling, I hauled Blake King to the rooftop. Blake King, drunk daily, body weak and gaunt, no resistance at all, neck choked, pressed against the railing edge. Blake King saw my menacing look, not only unafraid, but yelling angrily, "You little punk, let me go. If you dare push me off, your mom definitely won't survive. She's crazy all day." For a moment, I really wanted to push Blake King down. Every time seeing wounds on Bianca Frost, my heart twisted. This time Blake King dared come cause trouble. I nearly lost control. Finally, I loosened my grip on Blake King's neck, stepping back a few paces. Blake King, seeing me release, became even more arrogant. He said, "Ethan Pierce, I watched you grow up. You like that brat. As her dad, I don't object. But you hit me yesterday. I'm still hurting. Compensate medical fees quick. My buddies wait for drinks. Or I'll come make trouble daily." Right now, I truly had no money on me. Since sophomore year, I'd earned my own, all invested in a company with friends. Borrowing Namui wasn't hard, but I knew once given, there'd be next times. Endless. Plus, if I slipped, Mom could have an episode. I pulled cigarettes from my pocket, lit one in my mouth, squinting at scrap steel bars on the rooftop. I walked over, picked one up. Blake King yelled, "You punk, dare hit me and see." I removed the cigarette, corner of my mouth curling in a smile. "Uncle Blake, I'm a high schooler, where's the money? But mark my words, if you dare disturb my mom again, dare hit Bianca Frost, I'll break your legs." Blake King eyed my fierce stance, instinctively backing 2 steps. He thought money was out, beating me to vent would do. I tossed the bar down. "Uncle Blake, come on, hit till you're satisfied. I absolutely won't fight back." Blake King strode forward, picked up the bar, swinging hard at my back. The bar whistled through air, smashing down, blow after blow. I didn't cry out, hand clenching the lit cigarette, letting ashes burn my palm. As the bar landed again and again, my back skinned and flesh torn, blood soaking through my uniform. Under sunlight, glaringly vivid, Blake King started full force, each swing with all might, but swinging on. Arms grew sore, breathing ragged. Me, though body trembled in pain, gritted teeth, refusing any groan. "Humph. Punk, you've got guts." Blake King panted, stopping, tossing the bar aside, face smug mixed with reluctance. "Spare you today. If I catch another chance, you'll see." With that, he turned to leave the rooftop. I slowly pushed myself up, agonizing back pain slowing movements. I endured, coldly staring Blake King's back, voice hoarse but ruthless. "Uncle Blake, best remember my words today. If you break them, I, Ethan Pierce, mean what I say." Blake King's steps faltered, but didn't turn, pretending indifference, continuing forward. I dragged heavy feet home, entered my bathroom, stood before the mirror, stripped my shirt, seeing the scarred back in reflection, brows slightly furrowed, raised hand, turned shower knob, icy water cascaded down, splashing straight on wounds. Bloody mess on my back, though midday. Cold water carried bone-chilling freeze, like countless ice needles piercing skin. I shuddered, instinctively gasping cold air, teeth clenched, body shaking uncontrollably in pain, hands balled into fists, knuckles white. Shower done. I grabbed the whole alcohol bottle, bit down, poured directly on mangled back. In that instant, searing pain flooded like tides. I blacked out in agony, legs weak, nearly collapsing. After a long while, trembling hand touched wounds, confirming no more bleeding, struggled to find gauze, bandaged roughly, then changed to clean uniform, limped to school. At that time, Bianca Frost was in gym class. She glanced up casually, spotting my figure, wondering why I arrived so late. Bianca Frost ignored class, rushed toward me, reaching me, intending a smiling greeting, but seeing my pale face, she worriedly asked, "Ethan Pierce, what's wrong? You look so awful?" Her eyes filled with concern, voice showing care. I looked up at Bianca Frost, complex emotions rising. I recalled Mom's warning, recalled my promise, hesitated, then hardened. "I'm fine. Don't worry." With that, I lowered my head, avoiding her gaze. Bianca Frost was stunned by my attitude. She didn't understand why I'd suddenly turned so cold. "Ethan, are you hiding something? Tell me, please?" Bianca Frost persisted unwillingly. I took a deep breath, looked up, eyes firm on Bianca Frost. "Bianca Frost, let's not see each other anymore." I couldn't bear telling her about my mom. Bianca Frost heard this like thunder, tears instantly flowing. "Why? Ethan, weren't we always good? Why suddenly like this?" Her voice choked, full of grievance and confusion. I turned away, daring not meet Bianca Frost's eyes. I feared softening, breaching my promise to Mom. My voice cold and final. "No reason. This is my decision. Stay away from me from now on." Bianca Frost stood dazed, tears streaming down cheeks. She never imagined the one once so close, sharing everything, like me, would suddenly say such words. Her heart brimmed with reluctance and anger. She turned and ran to class. I watched Bianca Frost's departing back, heart aching. I knew this was cruel, but for Mom, no choice. Could only silently apologize to Bianca Frost, hoping she'd understand my plight. From then on, Bianca Frost and I were strangers, passing in school without a word, no interaction. Time returned to present. Blake King staggered up, raising the beer bottle, aiming to smash Bianca Frost's head viciously again. I didn't think, sprang from my seat, darting like an arrow released. In that hair's breadth moment, I hugged Bianca Frost tightly, shielding her. Crash. The bottle shard slashed my arm, blood gushing, but I seemed unaware, eyes turning icy. I kicked Blake King to the ground. Blake King lay groaning in pain. I gently released Bianca Frost, softly asking, "You okay?" Bianca Frost slowly opened her eyes, seeing the familiar guy, coldly said, "Thanks." I saw Bianca Frost's cold face, heart stinging. Night market crowd cast odd glances, some curious, some shocked, some indifferently cold. Xander Finn rushed over, seeing my wounded arm, face worried. "Ethan, this wound needs hospital now." I waved him off, eyes fixed on Bianca Frost. "Let me take you to hospital first." Bianca Frost coldly uttered 2 words, "No need." She looked up at the guy, heart mixed emotions. She'd thought after grandparents' death, she'd have no one to warm her, but she'd felt real warmth from me once. Yet that warmth vanished abruptly. The current Bianca Frost trusted no one anymore. Leaving those words, she turned decisively and left. At this moment, she had nowhere to go, no money on her, reluctantly returning to the hated home. I watched Bianca Frost's lonely back, heartbreaking endlessly. I shifted gaze to Blake King crawling up, rage exploding, ruthlessly kicking him down again. "I warned you before. You dare treat my words like wind. Looks like you don't need those legs anymore." Then I looked at Xander Finn, "Call the cops." With that, I quietly followed Bianca Frost, habitually reaching pocket, pulling cigarette to mouth, realizing lighter left on table. I removed the cigarette, crushed it by hand and tossed it. Bianca Frost walked under dim streetlights. Late night in small town unusually still, sensing someone following, knowing it was me. Reaching downstairs, Bianca Frost suddenly turned to me. The earlier encounter too sudden. Now she noticed. My sleeve stained red with blood. A twinge of guilt rose in Bianca Frost. Unable to hold back questioning, "Didn't you want nothing to do with me? Why block that for me?" I stepped forward, seriously looking at Bianca Frost, seeing blood streaks on her face, eyes red as if about to cry. This sight pained me endlessly, but facing the question, unsure how to answer, I just said, "Go upstairs first. Your head's still bleeding. Need to treat it quick." Bianca Frost saw no answer, suddenly turned back, loudly. "You blocked once for me. I'll pay you back." Then we go our ways, no debts. This moment I understood. My earlier words hurt Bianca Frost deeply, but I had no other way. Irritated, I reached for cigarettes again, remembered no lighter, angrily tossed the whole pack, then hurried after Bianca Frost upstairs. As Bianca Frost prepared to close the door, I'd pushed in. Bianca Frost thought I'd left. I entered the room, the house bare with a few toppled chairs, ground littered with broken bottle shards and cigarette butts. Bianca Frost's room door lay tilted on the floor. She went to kitchen, turned faucet to clean wound and blood. Done. She returned to room, wiped dry with tissue, found antiseptic and gauze. As she picked up antiseptic, I stepped over, snatching it. Sit still nicely, I'll bandage you. Bianca Frost, dizzy, didn't stop. I saw the gaping pale wound, heart aching endlessly. I took cotton swab, bare the pain a bit, antiseptic touched wound. Bianca Frost's face wrinkled in pain. I applied powder, took gauze, gently wrapped. Bianca Frost's eyelids grew heavy. Before I finished, she slumped into my arms asleep. I smiled helplessly. Back when doing homework, Bianca Frost was like this, said sleepy and slept instantly. Each time I carried her to bed, tucked her in carefully. I tied the gauze knot, intended to carry her to bed, lowered head, saw my arm blood red, with glass shards embedded. I frowned, plucked shards, tossed out door, removed jacket, wrapped arm, then gently lifted Bianca Frost. Moment lifting, I felt Bianca Frost thinner again. I tucked her in snugly, took med kit to living room, simply treated my wound. I didn't understand why I felt this way about Bianca Frost. Seeing her hurt pained more than my own, but thinking of Mom, I could only watch her from afar. I tidied the room a bit, gathered trash by door, sat on chair, dozed a while. Then phone rang. I answered. Ethan, Uncle Blake's taken by police. Got it. I hung up, went to check Bianca Frost. Felt her forehead, no fever. The girl asleep, tears lingered in eye corners, perhaps nightmare. Seeing dawn near, I knew to hurry back, or Mom waking would fuss. I tiptoed closed door, braved cold wind, rushed home. On Celestial River High School's field, sunlight filled every corner. Bianca Frost sat on bench by field, pulled from bag too dry, cracked steamed buns. She stood, caught hot water nearby, planning hot water with lunch. Not far. I just finished basketball, glanced and spotted Bianca Frost. After last incident, Mom daily checked school updates, repeatedly warned no entangling with Bianca Frost. I could only ask Xander Finn to watch over her. I watched Bianca Frost sipping hot water, gnawing buns, heart stinging sharply. I couldn't hold back, went straight to Bianca Frost. Come eat with me. I reached Bianca Frost, pulled her hand up. Bianca Frost, startled, instinctively tried to pull away. Seeing me, she relented. No resistance. After Dad arrested, her life seemed calm, but inwardly darker. Suicidal thoughts wildly sprouting. I pulled Bianca Frost to cafeteria. Cafeteria buzzing then. Students, some feasting, some queuing for food. I led Bianca Frost to food window. Softly asked, "What do you want?" Then Bianca Frost's classmate Lisa Yan happened in cafeteria. She glanced, saw Bianca Frost hand held by me, eyes widened, face incredulous. She'd chased me so long, I'd never glanced her way, yet now I actively held plain-dressed Bianca Frost, even impoverished, to eat. Jealousy and reluctance surged. She strode to Bianca Frost, sneered sarcastically. "Oh my, isn't this Bianca Frost from our class? Splurging on cafeteria today? Usually just gnawing buns, right? Oh, I get it. Must have scavenged school trash bins to scrape meal money?" Lisa Yan's words out. Noisy cafeteria suddenly hushed. Many classmates cast curious looks, whispering. Bianca Frost's face flushed instantly, embarrassment and poverty flooding her. My face darkened. I stepped before Bianca Frost, eyes sharp as knives at Lisa Yan, voice icy. "Watch your mouth. Don't bark like a mad dog." Lisa Yan, startled by my anger, quickly, with crowd, regained boldness, stubbornly retorting, "Am I wrong? She's a total pauper, gnawing buns daily. Who knows how she got money today? Maybe some shady tricks." "Enough," I roared, cutting Lisa Yan off. "What kind of person Bianca Frost is, not for you to judge. If you dare slander her again, don't blame me for being rude." My eyes blazed fury, aura chilling. Lisa Yan suppressed, mouth opened but silent. She bit lip, eyes red, heart full of grievance and reluctance. She couldn't fathom. The Ethan she pursued so hard would rage at her for Bianca Frost. Then, Bianca Frost tugged my sleeve lightly, voice helpless and inferior. Forget it. Don't argue with her. She's not wrong. I'm just dirt poor. No need to fight over this trifle. I turned, gaze on Bianca Frost's bowed face, heart full of pity. These days Xander Finn said Bianca Frost was okay. But this scene was far from okay. I shifted gaze to Lisa Yan, eyes colder. I won't quibble today. But remember, don't trouble Bianca Frost again. If I hear you badmouthing her, consequences on you. Lisa Yan snorted coldly, glared viciously at Bianca Frost, then stormed off angrily. Surrounding classmates saw no show, gradually withdrew gazes. Cafeteria resumed usual bustle. I led Bianca Frost to food window. Coldness gone, replaced by gentleness. I softly said, "Don't mind her words. Order whatever. My treat today." Bianca Frost slowly lifted head, eyes reflecting complex emotions. She looked at me, whispered, "Thanks. This meal's on loan. I'll pay back when I have money." I frowned slightly, raised hand to pat Bianca Frost's head, then retracted. "What pay back? Just a meal. Don't be so formal." We got food, found secluded corner seat. Surrounding noise seemed blocked out, only each other's soft breaths and clinking utensils. During meal, Bianca Frost kept head down, silently wolfing down. I sat opposite, eyes never leaving her. Seeing that ravenous eating, pity intensified, like thousands of needles piercing heart. I recalled that classmate's words. That usually Bianca Frost gnawed buns alone, eating meagerly to get by. Eyes unwittingly reddened, instinctively reached pocket, still over high, come yuan inside. I stood, motion gentle, but firm, no refusal. Stuffed money in Bianca Frost's pocket. "Take this money." My voice low and resolute. "I know you'll say no need, but consider it a loan. Pay back later." Bianca Frost like scalded, yerked head up, eyes teary. She looked at me, lips trembling, but choked, wordless. Long after, Bianca Frost choked out, voice trembling, "Ethan Pierce, why treat me so well? Didn't you treat me like a stranger before? Why care now?" I sat back opposite, sighed, eyes full of helplessness and guilt. I looked straight at Bianca Frost, slowly said, "Bianca Frost, you know my family situation. I have no choice. My mom's illness is severe now. She forbids me associating with you. Plus she almost daily goes to school to check on me. I dare not get too close." At this, my eyes dimmed a bit, fingers unconsciously twisting hem, like intense internal struggle. After a while I looked up, eyes firm on Bianca Frost, continued, "But, I really can't watch you suffer. Each time seeing you alone, not even a proper meal." My heart felt incredibly uneasy. I knew doing this might cause my mother's condition to relapse, but I couldn't bear to watch you suffer such humiliation. Bianca Frost listened quietly, tears streaming endlessly down her cheeks. She never expected that behind it all, I had endured so much pressure. Her gratitude and sorrow for me grew even deeper. She raised her hand to wipe away the tears, trying to steady her voice. "Ethan, I understand your struggles. You've done so much for me already. I can't let you clash with your aunt because of me. I can't accept this money. Take it back." With that, she reached to pull the money from her pocket. I quickly pressed her hand down, my tone urgent. "Bianca Frost, don't be like this. Just take this money. Think of it as this friend, helping you through tough times. If you don't accept, I'll feel even worse." Bianca Frost looked into my eyes, her inner defenses completely crumbling. She bit her lip, finally nodding and whispering, "Okay, I'll take it. But don't worry, I'll definitely pay you back soon." I looked at Bianca Frost, a relieved smile finally spreading across my face. Blake King stepped out from the police station, sunlight shining on his face, but he felt no warmth at all. His heart filled with resentment and unwillingness. Rage surged to his head, teeth gritted tightly, face muscles twitching, maliciously hissing through clenched teeth. "You little brat. Wait till I get home and see how I deal with you." As he walked, he suddenly recalled my threat on the rooftop, still echoing in his ears, like thorns piercing his heart. That little punk acts like a perfect student in front of that brat, obedient and sensible, but outside, he's like a madman. Who dares mess with him? Blake King thought, unconsciously glancing down at his own legs, recalling my ruthless gaze and actions, fear rising in his heart, unable to suppress a shudder. After class, the setting sun dyed the schoolyard a deep orange. I was preparing to head home, suddenly called back urgently by Xander Finn. Xander Finn ran up, panting heavily, grabbing my arm tightly. Ethan, Uncle Blake was locked up for just a week, he's out today. I frowned slightly. Initially, I'd figured he'd be in for about 3 months, but it was only a week. Xander Finn continued, last time you told me to keep an eye on Bianca Frost. I've been watching, she seems okay usually, but I didn't expect her life to be so hard. Poor to the point of no meal money, gnawing a few steamed buns daily to get by. I listened, silent for a moment, pulled out a cigarette and lit it right on the street, taking a deep drag. Smoke exhaled slowly, dispersing before my eyes, blurring my expression. After a while, I said faintly, got it, you head back first. Xander Finn saw my demeanor, growing more uneasy inside, tensely grabbing my shirt, voice trembling, Ethan, you're not really going to break Uncle Blake's legs, are you? I ignored Xander Finn's words, just quietly smoked, gazed toward the distance, unsure what I was plotting. I got home, just pushed the door. A delicious food aroma hit my nose. I stepped into the living room, seeing Mom had prepared a table full of tasty dishes, steaming hot. Mom smiled brightly, welcoming me, her tone extremely gentle. Ethan, quick, wash your hands and eat. Today I specially made your favorite braised ribs. I smiled warily, removed my uniform jacket, softly replied, yes, I'll wash right now. With that, turned to the kitchen. After washing and coming out, I saw Mom hugging my uniform jacket, sniffing it closely. Immediately, Mom's eyes changed. The earlier gentleness vanished without trace, replaced by fury and disappointment. Mom snapped her head up, questioning, Ethan, why does your jacket smell like smoke? Have you started smoking? From young, how did I teach you? Absolutely no bad habits. My heart skipped, but I tried to stay calm. Mom, probably someone smoking in the stairs earlier. I accidentally got the smell on my jacket. Mom was naturally suspicious. Last time her son had lied, this time she didn't believe me at all. Her face turned ashen instantly, rushing a few steps to me, hands quickly patting and searching my pockets. Soon a cigarette pack was pulled out. She snatched it, threw it hard to the ground, yelling loudly, what's this? You lied to me again. Did you go find Bianca Frost again? Why now even you deceive me? Wasn't I hurt enough by your dad? With that, Mom's eyes filled with tears, emotions completely collapsing, wailing miserably. What's the point of living like this? Better I die. I looked at my out-of-control mother, heart stinging sharply, feeling like I was about to shatter. I stood flustered, watching Mom squat to pick up the pack from the ground, trembling, pulling out a cigarette, lighting it with the lighter. Mom just brought the cigarette to her mouth, before inhaling, choked, coughing violently on smoke, body shaking uncontrollably. Seeing this, I rushed forward, snatched the cigarette from Mom's lips, clenched in my palm, voice choked, Mom, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 18, an adult. I have my own thoughts and judgments. Don't do this anymore. Ethan trembled, with sobbing cries, how could Mom harm you? Whatever Mom says not to do, you just obediently listen, and not do it. Why won't you listen? I looked at Mom like this, heart stinging sharply. I slowly squatted down, gently holding Mom's hand, voice sincere and firm. Mom, of course I know you want the best for me. I understand your worries. From now on, I won't smoke anymore. As for finding Bianca Frost, it's really because she's so pitiful. I can't just watch her suffer and do nothing. My conscience won't allow it. Unexpectedly, Mom heard this. Emotions instantly more agitated, whole body like plunging into madness. She flung my hand away, voice shrieking piercingly, isn't your mom pitiful too? Don't you feel heartbroken? Running off to pity that brat. Do you know how her mom ruined our family? Today you dare hurt Mom's heart for that brat. As she spoke, she pounded her chest with hands, as if only this could dispel the suffering and grievance in her heart. I was flustered by Mom's sudden reaction. Instinctively, I cupped my face with both hands, fingers digging deep into hair. I knew Mom's illness was now too severe. What she said actually had nothing to do with Bianca Frost's mom, all just delusions from the disease. But facing such a mother, I felt utterly powerless, helplessness and pain intertwined, making me feel like falling into a dark abyss. Finding no escape, I stepped quickly to hug Mom tightly, heart full of worry but no other way, could only heartlessly knock her out. I carried Mom to the bedroom, gently tucked her in. Outside the window, rain started pattering on glass, as if trying to cover this chaotic night. I stepped to the living room, bent to pick up the cigarette pack from the ground, pulled one and lit it. I took a deep drag, smoke curling before my eyes, thoughts drifting far. Unknowingly, the whole pack was empty. I glanced. Time nearing Moda. I stood to quietly clean the living room, about to open door to take out trash. Suddenly a yell with door kicking sounded. I startled, hurriedly opened door, fearing waking Mom. A strong alcohol stench hit. Only saw drunk Blake King at door, brandishing a dagger. Behind two thugs, one with long vicious scar on face. Blake King draped arm on thug's shoulder, yelling, "Scar bro. This punk owes me money. He's dating my daughter. Demand from him, he'll pay. If not, I'll use this knife on his mom." The scarred one spat his cigarette, smirking at me. "Ethan Pierce, sorry about this. This drunk owes me. Just caught him today. Didn't expect him to lead us here." I coldly uttered one word, "Scram." The two's faces changed instantly. They dared not mess with this killing god. After all, just seeking cash, not worth risking lives. So, they unhesitatingly dumped Blake King at door, hurriedly left. Blake King bleary-eyed watched them go, head spinning, staggering to charge into my house. I looked at the man before me, rage exploding fiercely. I hadn't gone for him, yet. He came himself. I softly closed door, shoved Blake King towards stairs hard. Blake King already unsteady. This push sat him hard on butt. Dagger falling aside. The fall sobered him a bit, looking at me confused. Unsure why here. I wasted no words. Removed two jackets worn. Used one to gag from behind neck, muffling Blake King's mouth. Blake King instinctively tried to pull off. I quick. Used other jacket to bind his hands tight. Then I coldly said, "Uncle Blake, remember what I said?" Blake King mumbled hands flailing in air. Alcohol worn off, face full of terror. "Don't remember? Let me remind you." As I spoke, I lifted foot, stomped hard on Blake King's knee, only heard two cracks, bone-shattering sounds, echoing shrilly in quiet hallway. Blake King trembled in agony, but gagged, couldn't scream. I watched Blake King writhing in pain on ground, slowly squatted, patted his face, propped him up. "Uncle Blake, calm down. Don't you want revenge? Look, the knife you brought is here. I broke your legs. Don't you want payback?" Blake King sweated cold in pain. Under my provocation, reason gradually swallowed by rage, he ignored bound hands, struggled one hand to grab dagger. Seeing this, my right hand gripped his wrist tight, pulled his hand to stab hard into my left shoulder. Moment blade pierced flesh, pain nearly buckled me, but I gritted through intense pain. Right hand squeezed Blake King's wrist hard, forcing him to release knife. I stood, backed 2 steps, looked at dagger in left shoulder, mentally calculating. This wound should jail him years. Thinking of Bianca Frost, my mouth curved in bitter smile. Then I opened door, phoned police. Minutes later, downstairs police sirens. I removed, jackets gagging and binding. Blake King, casually tossed in home trash. Blake King wide-eyed, face incredulous. Police upstairs. Blake King on ground. Immediately hugged cop's leg, yelling, "Arrest the madman inside. He broke my legs. That wound he stabbed himself, not me." I lay on living room floor, weakly. "Officer," I reported. "This man came midnight with knife demanding money. No give, he stabbed me." Police saw blood on floor, hurriedly soothed. "Don't worry, we'll investigate. Ambulance coming, hold on." I nodded slightly, whispered, "Can you help me out? My mom's ill. Don't want to wake her." Police briefly checked room, then helped me out. Softly closed door. Soon ambulance arrived. Medics loaded me and Blake King. The 2 thugs sleeping soundly, escorted by police to hospital. Seeing me injured, they shocked extremely. Scarred one detailed events to police. After statement, allowed to go. Knife from my body removed. After bandaging wound, doctor IV me. I looked at dawning sky outside window, thinking after this drip, head home. Under police watch, doctor set Blake King's broken legs. He pleaded miserably. You've all been fooled by that punk. I didn't hurt him. He stabbed himself. My legs, he broke. I'm the victim. Police barked. Quiet. Don't disturb others. Fingerprints on knife check. You stabbed him. Plus you drunk midnight at his house. With weapon. Normal you don't remember drunk. I dozed a bit. Woke. Hospital clock at numb. Nurse came to remove near empty IV. Saw me sit up. Hurriedly advised. Young man. Such heavy injury. Don't get up. Will tear wound. Rest in bed. If need bathroom. Here's bedpan. I shook head. No need. Home has things. Tomorrow I'll come change dressing. Nurse tried to stop, but I held bed edge, stood. I in patient gown slowly downstairs, cab home. Home at numb. Ba mui. Mrs. Pierce groggily woke. Recalling son knocked her out. A bit sulky. She got up, opened door. Eyes hit blood pool in living room. Immediately screamed shrilly. I just at door. Heard scream, hurried in. Mrs. Pierce horrified seeing me in gown. Then blood on floor. Panicked ruffling hair. Totally unaware what happened. She rushed pulling my hand. Looking up down. Voice trembling. What's this? I softly soothed. Mom, you slept deeply last night. Uncle Blake drunk midnight knock. I groggily opened. He stabbed me once. But now fine. Police took him. Mrs. Pierce, panicked to lift my shirt. See wound. I held her hand. Mom. Light injury only. Really okay. Mrs. Pierce uneasy. I had to pull collar down, revealing white bandage. Mrs. Pierce saw wound. Heartbroken endlessly. She sat plop on sofa. Hand slamming cushion. Wailing. All my fault. If years ago I listened to grandparents. Wouldn't be so entangled with that family. Your dad left. Now you harmed like this by them. Cried a while. Mrs. Pierce, like recalling something, hurried to my room. Took thick jacket over me. Now. Come with me to hospital. Later I'll stew chicken soup nourish you. I intended refuse. But saw mom's spirit quite good. Feared agitating her. Dared not say much. I hospitalized a week. Mrs. Pierce. Except home cooking. Almost constantly by side. Wound healed decently. College exam nearing. Mrs. Pierce didn't force stay. I back to school. From afar. Saw Bianca Frost, not far. With complex gaze at me. I knew. Bianca Frost must know her dad's arrest. Police likely met her. After college exam ended, Bianca Frost started running everywhere for part-time jobs. As for if she got desired university, still unknown. Wait for scores release. Half-month later, in hospital hallway, doctor serious-faced before me, slightly frowning. Your mom's condition now shows delusion symptoms. Much more complex than before. I'll switch her meds, see if symptoms ease. Also, you must communicate more. Patiently guide positive, correct thinking. This vital for recovery. I nodded heavily. Hand clutching prescription. Fingertips white. Out doctor's office. I gently held mom's hand. Slowly helped her out hospital. In taxi, Mrs. Pierce nagged nonstop. Voice full helpless and complaint. I said I'm not ill. You insist hospital. I know you worry. But really no illness. Just wasting money. I heard mom's words. Mind echoed doctor's advice. Must guide correctly. I deep breathed. Softly. Mom. Your body indeed no major illness. But be cheerful. Don't overthink. Free time play cards with neighbors. Or park dancing. Walk more relax mind. You cooped home all day. Besides cooking nowhere. Long-term spirit bad. Mrs. Pierce heard. Flared up. Emotions agitated. Loud. I do this for who? Daily home cook. Housework for you. Clean house tidy. Wait you're no home dad too. Though divorced. I always think he'll return someday. So I must home wait you too. Here. Mrs. Pierce like key recall. Suddenly loud barked. Right. Lately you not meeting that brat? I puzzled why mom suddenly thought Bianca Frost. Hesitated. Softly. No mom. Mrs. Pierce stared son's eyes. Face suspicious. You lying again? I think I saw you with her on street. I blank. When was that? I don't remember? Mrs. Pierce thought hard. Couldn't recall when. Said. Probably poor sleep. Unclear memory. But I definitely saw. I saw mom's look. Heart knew delusions relapsed. I hurried pulled meds from bag. Opened mineral water to mom. Mom. Take some meds first. Mrs. Pierce didn't want, but suddenly dizzy. Body weary. Had to take. Several days straight. I busy spinning like top. After exam, I worked at my invested small company. Basically late night home. Sometimes noon rushed back, but no mom's sight. Called ask. Mom said tea outside. At first thought mom's illness. Improving gradually. Heart relieved, not much attention. One day, Mrs. Pierce home but no dinner. Entered door face murderous muttering. These days finally found that brat Bianca Frost's place. Daily wait near her home. Followed several days. Each time saw my son smiling happy with her. All lied me. All you lied me. I absolutely can't let my son with her. Next day. I breakfast done left early. Mrs. Pierce saw son out. Hurried change. Eyes resolute. Today tail son. They surely meet today. I must before son. Make them cut clean. Today coincidentally. After my injury. Only saw Bianca Frost afar school once. We hadn't met again. And Bianca Frost today took part-time. Handing flyers. Must there early. But she woke late. No bus money. Only ran full speed to make time. I stood roadside wait bit. No cab so walked ahead bit. Just then. Bianca Frost. Careless no watch road. Crashed into my arms. Bianca Frost felt dizzy from impact. Stars bursting eyes. She hurried back steps. Bowed panicked apologize. Sorry. Sorry I no watch road. Hit you. Said lifted head. Then realized hit me. Bianca Frost stunned moment. She unsure how face me now. Thought because her. Made me stabbed injured by her dad. Heart full guilt self-blame. She sneaked hospital many times. But lacked courage enter ward. Only asked nurses my injury. Guilt in Bianca Frost's heart heavier. To hide awkwardness. She cleared throat lightly. Softly asked. Ethan Pierce. You okay? I about to speak. Mrs. Pierce from behind suddenly rushed. Shoved me aside. Her face full fury disgust. You jinx. Stay away my son. You seduced him. Made him daily lie me? I followed you days. All you dated my son out. Today I clarify with you. Your gambler dad midnight my house assaulted. Harmed my son one stab. And your mom. Born disaster. Your whole family curse mine. Now scram this town for me. Never appear before my Ethan again. Mrs. Pierce agitated. Hands waving to charge beat. I hurried held her tight. Mom. Calm down. I know meet Bianca Frost daily. Today just coincidence. Those things you imagined. Bianca Frost rooted spot watching Mrs. Pierce raging mad. Heart knew aunt's illness worsened. She silently decided next avoid aunt. Auntie, I really no meet Ethan daily. Today I work. Woke late ran no watch road hit hum. I go now. Don't agitated. Bianca Frost said while back left road steps. Prepare bypass thus continue. Not forget apologize. Ethan Pierce. Really sorry. I looked Bianca Frost. Eyes full heartache helplessness. It's fine Bianca Frost. You go quick. Seeing Bianca Frost walked about high meters. Mrs. Pierce. No struggle more. I gently persuaded. Mom. Don't angry anymore. Mrs. Pierce panted. Ethan let me go. I just say her few words. No do anything. I relieved released. Seriously looked mom. I take you home first. Mrs. Pierce impatient waved. No need, you busy go. I go myself. Just then friend called company urgent. I hung said mom. Mom. You go first. Noon I home eat. Mrs. Pierce glanced me. Yeah you go. Noon I cook good for you. I looked Bianca Frost direction. She far 300-400 meters. Now, fully relieved. Seeing mom smile eyes wave goodbye. I said, so mom go. Said strode forward. Mrs. Pierce watched me far. Face immediately vicious. She glared. Stare Bianca Frost, direction. Suddenly sprinted chase. I to intersection. Just cab came. Boarding. I unconsciously glanced back mom home direction. Just this glance. Made my heart leap throat. I wide-eyed, horrified extreme. Desperately ran back toward mom. Because I saw mom like mad. Rushing fast toward Bianca Frost. Ominous feeling heart stronger. I ran yelled tearing. Bianca Frost. But distance too far. Bianca Frost heard no call. She just hurried walk. Single-minded work. No turn back. Right that moment. Bianca Frost felt pushed hard. Body lost balance lurched forward. No time react. Car sped in. Direct hit her. Impact moment. Bianca Frost felt intense pain assault. Body like dry leaf flung 10 meters. Landing. She felt body shattered. Bones seemed crushed. Closing eyes moment. She seemed see grandparents waving call her. Vision gradually blurred. Heart thought, am I dying? Then slowly closed eyes. I stared blankly. Watched Bianca Frost hit flown 10 meters. My steps halted. Whole body rooted spot. Mind blank. I rushed Bianca Frost side like madman. Hands trembling gently held her. Yelled tearing. Bianca Frost. Bianca Frost, wake up, don't scare me. Bianca Frost eyes still shut tight. No response. Blood surged mouth corner. Staining shirt red. I panicked phoned emergency. Voice broken sobs, begged hurry. Mrs. Pierce witnessed like thunderstruck. Snapped awake. Recalled her action. Legs weak. Collapsed ground. Eyes horrified dazed. Enveloped fear regret. Driver after hit blank mind. While later mechanically pulled door handle. Legs shaking unsteady stand. He fumbled phone. Hands shaking violently. Around quickly crowd gathered. Pointing discussing tragic scene. Some offered tissues. Some filmed photos post social. Some comforted my breakdown. But I ignored all. Eyes only Bianca Frost in arms. Hands held her tight. Ambulance siren far near echoed. Medics quick loaded Bianca Frost stretcher. Pushed into vehicle. I jumped in too. Whole way held Bianca Frost hand tight. Non-stop encouraged her. To hospital. Bianca Frost pushed straight surgery. I paced anxiously outside door. Hands rubbing. Forehead dotted sweat. My mind non-stop flashed. Every bit memory with Bianca Frost. Those beautiful recalls now like sharp blades cutting my heart. I regretted not watching mom more. Not timely stopping her action. Not taking mom home. Time ticked second by second. Each second endless to me. Hours later. Surgery door opened. Dr. Weary stepped out. I rushed ask Bianca Frost condition. Doctor shook head. Grave voice. Patient severely injured. Multiple fractures body. Organs damaged varying degrees. Though full effort resuscitated but not past critical. Must to intensive care. ICU continue monitor. My legs weak. Leaned wall. After thank doctor. I to ICU outside. Through glass. Saw Bianca Frost tubes all over. My heart cut like knife. Now police found me take statement. I recounted whole story. Police heard decided take Mrs. Pierce station investigate first. Mrs. Pierce. Taken station mental chaos. No clear memory pushing Bianca Frost. After evaluation. Mental. Doctor confirmed Mrs. Pierce severe delusions. Onset unable control behavior. Sent to psychiatric hospital. Half year past blink. I sat bedside. Gaze gentle full sorrow at Bianca Frost. She comatose half year already. This time, doctors many times snatched her death's grip, pulled her from hell's gate back. But fate still sentenced her. Bianca Frost became vegetable. This half year, life burden pressed me breathless. I thinned circle, figure gaunt lonely, former vigor long gone, replaced weary haggard face. Daily I shuttled hospital, psych hospital company, like tireless top. Now, I gently tucked blanket corner for Bianca Frost. Motion light fearing disturb her dream. Then leaned headboard, picked yesterday unfinished book. My voice warm full hope. Broke room silence. Bianca Frost. Today we read chapter 80. You sleepyhead. If not wake, I'll finish this book. Outside ward door. 2 young nurses peeked crack. Quietly watched warm, but sorrowful scene. One nurse couldn't help sigh. I've never seen such handsome devoted guy. Every night on time here. Read stories girlfriend. Stay till morning leave. Other nurse echoed. Yes. These days such devoted rare. His girlfriend laid half year. Doctors say may never wake. Yet he persists. Never gave up. But fate's cruel whistle still sounded. That day I just from hospital to company not long. Pocket phone rang urgently. Seeing hospital call display. My heart skipped. Ominous feelings surged heart. I trembling pressed answer. News from other end like hammer. Smashed hard my chest. Call done. My hand limp drop. Phone thud ground. I stood frozen spot. Mind blank. Long after snapped back. Staggered rushed out company. Ran red lights whole way to hospital. Car not fully stopped. I flung door. Madly ran to Bianca Frost ward. My urgent chaotic footsteps echoed hallway. Each step felt like stomping on my own heartbeat. When I burst into the hospital room, I saw the doctors packing up the medical equipment. Bianca Frost lay still on the bed. The monitoring device had stopped beeping, emitting a long, cold tone. My legs went weak. I collapsed beside the bed. both hands gripping Bianca Frost's cold hand tightly, my eyes bloodshot. Bianca Frost. Bianca Frost. I yelled, my voice hoarse. The shout echoing in the room, met only with deadly silence. A moment later, I slumped powerlessly to the floor, my gaze empty, staring at the ceiling. Do you remember? I muttered to myself, my voice raspy. You said you wanted to go with me to see the azaleas blooming all over the mountains. You said when you were little, your grandparents planted azaleas all over the yard. Every spring when they bloomed everywhere, Grandma would pick 2 flowers every day, pin them in your hair as ornaments, hoping you'd be like the azaleas. Full of life, blooming brilliantly. But how could you break your word? Bianca Frost, you liar. My voice grew louder, finally breaking into sobs. I kept vigil by Bianca Frost all night. I just sat by the bed like that, my eyes never leaving her face for a moment. Time seemed to freeze. Every little memory of us kept flashing back in my mind. Those beautiful days were like a film reel, each frame like a knife stabbing my heart. I remembered the first time we met at home. It was a sunny afternoon. Bianca Frost wore a white dress standing with her parents at the door, her eyes shy and uneasy. She was like a pitiful lost child, making anyone want to love and protect her at first sight. In that moment, it felt like a seed was planted in my heart. I also remembered doing homework together, sunlight streaming through the window, spilling over us at the study table, creating spots of golden light. Bianca Frost 1 second seriously asking questions, her eyes full of thirst for knowledge. The next second tilting her head, dozing off on the table, a faint smile on her lips. I looked at her sleeping form with indulgence, gently lifting her up, placing her on the bed. And those times when Bianca Frost was sick, she'd always cling to me tightly, whimpering, "Brother Ethan, I'm scared. Wait till I sleep before you go, okay?" Every time hearing her call like that, my heart melted. All fatigue and worries vanished. I'd gently stroke Bianca Frost's hair, softly coax her to sleep, waiting till her breathing evened before carefully leaving. But now, all that had become memories. Bianca Frost would never open her eyes again, smile and talk to me. I looked at Bianca Frost's peaceful face, my heart filled with regret and self-blame. Perhaps I'd liked her without realizing, always deceiving myself, unwilling to admit these feelings. Only now did I understand her. She'd long claimed the most important spot in becoming an indispensable part of my life. Tears poured out. I gripped Bianca Frost's hand tightly, pressed my face to the back of her hand, softly calling, "Bianca Frost, I miss you so much. Come back, okay? I'll never say not to see you again. Come back, Bianca Frost." But in the room, only my utterly sorrowful cries echoed. The next day, I dragged my heavy feet, slowly standing from the hospital bench. A sleepless night, my eyes veined with red, face haggard like dry wood, but I suppressed the grief, began handling Bianca Frost's funeral. I wandered every street in the city, personally selecting bunch after bunch of azaleas Bianca Frost loved most. Those fresh, vibrant flowers, red like fire, pink like sunset. Each bloom held deep longing, and my reluctance for Bianca Frost. I meticulously arranged these flowers. At the funeral site, I wanted to create a warm, dignified space for Bianca Frost, so, in her final moments, she'd be surrounded by what she loved. The funeral atmosphere was suffocatingly silent. In the vast space, only my heavy breathing and occasional wind whistles. No one attended the funeral. Bianca Frost's mother vanished after divorce. Her father I sent to prison. At this moment, the world seemed just me and Bianca Frost. I alone saw her off. I slowly walked before Bianca Frost's portrait, my gaze lingering long on the photo. It was one I secretly snapped when hiking with Bianca Frost. In the photo, Bianca Frost stood on the peak, light wind tousling her hair, her face beaming a brilliant smile, eyes sparkling with longing and love for life. This was my only photo of Bianca Frost, now an eternal keepsake. Bianca Frost, go in peace. My voice raspy, trembling. After all, she's my mother. I can't avenge you, but I'll use myself to atone to you. I'll join you soon, so you won't fear loneliness anymore. Tears welled in my eyes, but I held back, not letting them fall. Funeral ended. I carried Bianca Frost's ashes home, gently placed in my room, as if she'd never left. Then I entered the bathroom, turned on the shower, let warm water wash my weary body. Showered, I changed into clean, neat clothes, stood at room door, Gazing affectionately at Bianca Frost's ash box, softly said, "Wait nicely at home for me. I'm going to earn money for your best plot. Later we'll be buried together there. Never apart forever." Said, closed door, turned and left. My eyes showed determination and resolve, as if in this moment, I'd planned my future's end. 10 long years passed in a blink. The once spirited Ethan now steered a business empire. Only deep in my eyes always hid an indelible sorrow. Today, sunlight pierced clouds, illuminating the luxurious villa. I stood alone on the terrace, gazed distant toward the hill spanning thousands square meters ahead. Azaleas covering the mountain had withered, leaving only dry, bare branches. And amid that desolate scene, a very large tomb stood out, facing right the villa's main door, as if telling an unknown story. "Sir, the offerings are ready." Unsure when Butler Zhang had quietly appeared behind me, softly announcing. I nodded lightly, wordless, slowly turned, dragged heavy steps back to room. I went to bedside, carefully hugged Bianca Frost's ashbox, covered in red cloth, eyes full of gentleness and reluctance. Whispered, "Frost, I'm taking you to see our future home." Hugging the ashbox tight, I went to living room. In living room, my mother quietly sat in wheelchair, her eyes always following my figure. Seeing my gaunt, lonely back, Mom's eyes instantly teared. 3 years ago I took her abroad for treatment, her mental illness cured, but body tormented by other illnesses to unable stand. Whenever recalling her mistakes, her heart filled regret, self-blame. She knew, some things once wrong forever irreparable. Since Bianca Frost's death, I'd always kept her ashes in my room. 10 years never buried. Mom many times wanted advice let go past, but each time my cold, resolute gaze forced swallow words. She could only watch me sink in pain's abyss, deeper and deeper, powerless to do anything. I hugged Bianca Frost's ash box, step by step toward mountain tomb. Sunlight poured on me, casting long lonely shadow. Arriving, I softly told Jiang, "You go down first. I want alone a bit." Jiang nodded, turned left. I stood before gravestone, seeing my and Bianca Frost's names, carved side by side, corner mouth slightly curled, showing faint smile. That smile had happiness, satisfaction, and indescribable bitterness. I one hand hugged ashbox tight, other hand took candles, incense gently lit, flame flickered in light wind, emitting hazy smoke. Then I burned paper money, watched each bill turn ash in flame, as if seeing Bianca Frost's silhouette flickering in dancing fire. "Bianca Frost, look, this is our future home. I followed your preference, planted azaleas all around. From now we can be together forever," I softly said, voice with choked sobs. I pressed open mausoleum door button, strode long legs slowly toward crypt. In crypt placed very large coffin. I followed stairs down, gently lay beside coffin, both hands hugged Bianca Frost's ashbox tight, closed eyes, as if back beautiful times companion her. "Bianca Frost, like this place? From now this our home. I'm showing you around first. I burned lots paper money for you, brought many favorites. You eat first. Tomorrow we go down mountain." I thought silently. Same time, at White Mountain Tower, sales director and company staff, crowded, general manager office door, anxious like ants hot pan. "What do?" General manager, phone no connect. "This order worth tens billions. If today general manager no show, they sign other company." Sales director anxious stomped, face full worry helpless. Director Wang, "You called VP Su? Ask him quick find general manager." Another staff worried said, "I just called. VP Su probably arriving soon." Director Wang replied, "Soon after." Xander Finn hurried to general manager office. He to door asked secretary, "You know see general manager come work?" Secretary shook head, "No, VP Su." Director Wang saw Xander Finn arrive, like seeing savior, hurried. "VP Su, finally you here. That client negotiated done. Just sign contract finish." Unexpectedly snatched by Swiss Crystal. "Now client demands general manager show, but we can't find him." Xander Finn frowned, thought, "Impossible. Ethan workaholic, make him work high mubon hours day fine. Unless." He hurried pulled phone check date, February high. His face immediately grave, then hurried, "I'll negotiate client. Today general manager meet no one. No need find hum. Even if company collapses today, he won't appear." Secretary, "Beside, Worked company years. Puzzled asked, VP Sue. Seems every year this day general manager absent. Now I recall. General manager has something. Xander Finn bitter smile. He visiting wife, said. Xander Finn strode to meeting room. Left crowd staring blank, faces puzzled. General manager married? Never heard? People buzzed, discussed. This news quickly exploded company chats. Many female colleagues saw news. Sent crying emojis. My general manager. My future husband. Why you married? One female colleague, heartbroken, lamented. Another female colleague couldn't bear shock. Cried in group. I spent much effort join company. Though salary high, but I more want see our general manager. Tall, handsome, rich. Now so devoted too. Now my heart shattered. I no chance really. Another female colleague infatuated said. General manager just glance me once. I'm happy whole month. Plus now no general manager so devoted. Being general manager's wife so happy. Next morning, I slowly opened eyes. Looked Ashbox in arms. Face showed satisfied smile. Bianca Frost, like this house? I know you do. Soon we'll move in forever. I whispered softly. I returned home. Washed, combed, done. Saw mom pushed wheelchair by helper at door. Mrs. Pierce looked me. Eyes immediately filled hot tears. Knew I no home last night stayed cemetery. She couldn't hold advise. Ethan. Bianca Frost gone years. Mistake years ago. Mom caused irreparable. If possible. Mom willing die for her. But living must look forward. After New Year, you hai mui chin. Time find someone marry have kids. Mom no want see you like this forever. I stood door, silent bit then said. Mom, my matters you no worry. You care yourself well. Said, turned left. I to company. Just entered lobby blocked by Xander Finn. Ethan, you okay? Yesterday I no dare disturb. Swiss Crystal dared snatch our order. That deal you negotiated done. Yesterday Prosperity insisted you show. Or no sign. I there many times still no sign. Snatched by Swiss Crystal. Xander Finn face full helpless. I lit cigarette. Deep drag. Slowly exhaled smoke ring. Faintly. Got it. Few female staff at reception saw general manager appear. Immediately excited extreme. They sneaked small chat group. Snapped photo me smoking. Oh God. General manager so handsome. Still our general manager most charismatic. I must print this photo. Carry daily. One female staff. Excited said. I want to. I want to. Other female staff chimed in. I entered vast luxurious office. Steps steady strong. Whole body exuded intimidating aura undeniable. I went straight desk. Casually stubbed cigarette in ashtray decisively. Moment ash extinguished. A mocking smile faint crossed my mouth. That smile hid elusive disdain. For those self-righteous business rivals. Humph. I slowly sat leather chair. Body leaned back. Appearing composed calm. My slender fingers tapped table lightly few times. Like pondering plan. Then pulled phone. Gaze on screen. Flashed sharp glint. Fingers swiped quick found number dialed. Other end respectful voice. Mr. Pierce. Your instructions. My voice low authoritative. Execute plan 2. Other paused slightly. Quick reacted. Yes Mr. Pierce. We'll execute immediately. Hung up. I leaned chair back. Arms crossed chest. Looked bustling city outside window. Mind drifted far. Week past blink. Business world social media shock. By heavy news. Major news headlines reported. Swiss Crystal. Arrogant giant business. Successfully acquired by White Mountain. Not only that. White Mountain also seized %, Prosperity shares. This news like bomb. Caused huge waves business. Everyone amazed this sudden change. Swiss Crystal originally industry leader. Strong power. Wide influence. Unexpectedly 1 week acquired by White Mountain. White Mountain helmsman Ethan Pierce became focus. His info images spread rapidly online. Became hot discussion topic. Some praised his business tactics. Deeming him business genius. In mere years. With wisdom decisive decisions. Created countless miracles. In office White Mountain Tower. I quietly sat desk. Watched news comments netizens scroll computer screen. Face no smugness. To me, this just work. Now making money completely meaningless. Couldn't stir any ripple in me. Xander Finn beaming entered office. Ethan. This time big win. Whole business amazed us. I slightly lifted head. Eyes met. Calm like water but faint loneliness. Finn. My voice low gentle, broke silence. Brothers our journey, known understood years. This bond I etch heart. If one day I suddenly vanish, you must run company well. That's our blood sweat. Don't let ruined. Xander Finn's heart skip. Ominous surged. He stepped quick before me. Grabbed shoulders urgent. Ethan, what mean? Don't scare me. Not planning something foolish? His eyes full worry urgency. I slowly said, Finn, just advance notice. Bianca Frost gone 10 years. These 10 years to me all torment. People perhaps should look forward, but I can't. I can't forget her. Can't let go her. Xander Finn looked me full pity. Ethan, I know you love Bianca Frost, but she's gone. You like this she heaven no peace. Plus when alive she know you love her. If knew surely no want you depressed like this. I bitter smile, shook head. Eyes showed endless regret self-blame. Finn, you don't understand. In my darkest days, Mom, severely ill, lucid then confused. I nearly lost courage live on. Even thought death. Bianca Frost like ray light, illuminated my dark world. Her optimism, kindness love life, bit by bit spread to me. Let me see world's beauty again. I thought we'd always together like that, but fate cruelly toyed me. My eyes gradually teared, voice trembled. Only when Bianca Frost truly left me, did I realize how much I loved her. These years always I owed her. She strived live like that, full expectation see this world closely. But end what? Because my negligence caused irreparable tragedy. My own hands destroyed all hers, also destroyed my happiness. Xander Finn heard my outpour, heart mixed feelings. He thought over so many years. I'd gradually stepped out, shadow that departure, unexpected. I still sunk deep pain's mire, no way escape. He sighed, helpless. Ethan, past can't change anymore. You self-blame suffer, however can't bring back Bianca Frost. You self-torture like this. She spirit heaven won't happy. You should live well. For yourself also for Bianca Frost. I said nothing, just quietly looked window out. Sunlight shone my face, but couldn't dispel heart's darkness. I knew Xander Finn meant well, but that deep bone longing remorse, not easily let go by saying, in my heart, Bianca Frost's place no one replace. She like brilliant star, forever lighting my world, but distant unreachable. 2 years later, in hospital room, shrouded deathly stifling air, I quietly stood bedside, gazed intently, Mom's lifeless face, Mom's complexion pale as paper, eyes closed tight, as if just deep sleep, but monotonous cold flatline on beside heart monitor, mercilessly declared her life's end. When doctor impassively announced death, my eyes no tears, only deep fatigue relief sense. These years, heavy responsibility, pressed my heart, seemed this moment fully released. I knew I'd tried best, repaid nurturing grace. Now my mission complete. Time go otherworld companion, Bianca Frost. Mom's funeral, held solemn atmosphere. Overcast skies seemed, also mourning departed life. Air diffused faint sorrow. I wore black suit, face cold, quietly stood before casket. Received condolences relatives friends. Now, familiar yet strange figure, appeared my sight. Father unseen many years. Mr. Pierce's face etched many weather marks. Temples silvered, he looked me before, heart mixed, both guilt, for leaving me alone bare, hardships years, and joy seeing my career success. Ethan, don't grieve too much, your mom gone, to her perhaps relief. She tormented illnesses many years. Mr. Pierce stepped forward, softly consoled. I lifted head, coldly looked father before. When mom ill needed care most, he chose leave, abandoned us no care ask. When I hardest helpless, he never extended help. I said nothing, just quietly turned left, watched my departing back. Mr. Pierce helpless shook head, deep sighed. After funeral ended, I carried complex mood, returned small town where I Bianca Frost once lived. Town streets still as memory, bluestone paved roads, mottled walls, everything so familiar, but due time's erosion became somewhat strange. I wandered aimlessly, mind non-stop, flashed every bit memory with Bianca Frost. Suddenly, dirty hand reached from side, gripped my leg tight. I looked down, saw beggar disheveled hair, ragged clothes kneeling ground, with eyes full rage hatred at me. You're Ethan Pierce. You're Ethan Pierce. I searched you years. You made me suffer. Blake King yelled loudly, Voice raspy. Where my daughter? You know where that brat? I back house demolished. She must took compensation fled. My legs you broke. Now limp walk. Can't find job. Only beg live. I this state all you two caused. You won't die well. I looked closely. Recognized beggar before Bianca Frost's dad, Blake King. My heart instantly burst rage flame. One kick flung Blake King away. Yelled. Shut up. Forbid you curse Bianca Frost. Blake King kicked rolled ground. Struggled half day hard crawled up. Mouth still cursed nonstop. I curse you two bastards. Made me this miserable. Knew I'd strangle her birth. She born curse me. My once raging eyes suddenly calm. I slowly sat nearby step. Pulled pocket one cigarette. Lit deep drag. Then. I tossed whole pack lighter to Blake King. Faintly. Uncle Blake. Smoke one. Blake King this sudden change. Made unsure. Wary looked me. You punk. What trick again? I dragged another puff. Exhaled big smoke ring. Slowly. Bianca Frost. Your daughter dead full 10 years. Blake King's face incredulous. Stammered. That brat how? Pushed down by my mom. Then hit by car dead. My voice carried pain self-blame. Blake King picked ground cigarette dragged one. Face. No sorrow trace. To him, Bianca Frost just unwanted burden. Born dumped countryside. Only grandparents dead brought back. Thought here. Blake King threw cigarette hard. Yelled. Dead then dead. Your mom killed her. Must compensate money. And my house too. Compensation you holding? Quick give me. Or I report police. Heard Blake King's words. My pity for Bianca Frost intensified. Recalled initially, mom strongly opposed us meet. Made me stay away Bianca Frost. Bianca Frost then. Perhaps I her only support. Yet I do mom's pressure heartlessly hurt her. Made her leave. This guilt self-blame like venomous snake. Non-stop gnawed my heart. I dragged last puff. Stood. Foot ground hard extinguished but. Not even glance Blake King. I decisively turned left. Blake King behind yelled. Ethan Pierce. You stop for me. You bastard. Get back here. I back villa. Instructed butler take mo chum. Hung Yuan. Send town to Blake King. I considered this on behalf Bianca Frost. Repay remaining birth grace. Then I told butler Jang. Jang. I have saw days left go. You stay here and sin. Jang heard eyes teary. These years. His son daughter-in-law died accident. Left sick grandson. If not my compassion. Sheltered them. They long starved streets. Jang knew my temper. He knew my decision no one change. Next Sao days. I wholehearted handled company work. Arranged everything orderly. February High finally came. I up very early. Wore brand new clothes. Hugged Ash Box smiled. Bianca Frost. I'm taking you new home. Jang waited door long. Saw me. Eyes red. Choked. Sir. You. Jang. You stay here. No need escort me up. From now annual this day. Remember. Prepare Bianca Frost favorites. Place before gravestone fine. My voice calm firm. I hugged Bianca Frost Ashbox. Step by step toward mountain. No turn back glance once. On mountain road. Sky suddenly snowed. White snowflakes drifted down. Clung my coat. I extended one hand. Felt snowflake cold. Corner mouth slightly curled. Softly. Bianca Frost. Look snowing. You came welcome me right? Finally I reached peak. Offerings arranged neatly. I squatted. One hand hugged ash box. Lit burned paper money. Fire flickered wind. Illuminated my face. Bianca Frost. This last time I burn paper money for you. Remember keep well. I still wait you support me. My voice gentle affectionate. Snow fell thicker. Quick widened whole mountain. I stood. Looked snowflakes on ashbox. Suddenly smiled happy. If this morning together in snow. This life counts as white-haired together. Bianca Frost. You've waited so long. Finally I can be with you. I muttered softly. Voice almost dissolved wind snow. I slowly extended hand. Gently stroked ash box. Like touching Bianca Frost's cheek. Eyes full reluctance. Then I pulled pocket small vial. Inside contained drug could help me. End life painlessly. I opened cap. Tilted head drank all. Then strode steady to crypt door. Pressed cold switch. With motor sound. Crypt door slowly opened. I hugged Bianca Frost ash box lay inside. Pressed close door button. Then pressed another switch. Sealed completely inside. Drugs started effect. My consciousness gradually blurred. Old days with Bianca Frost. Like tide surged mind. Once strolled town small paths together. Sunshine abundant or hand-holding ran misty rain. Those simple precious moments. Cycled my head. Made my lips curve up. Unsure how long. My consciousness faded. Body heavy. But arms still hugged ashbox tight. Mountain wind howled. Snow drifted covered silent tomb. Piled thick layer. Each snowflake like messenger. Carrying blessing witness love transcending life-death. Blessing two in tomb from now life-death together. Mountain foot. Zhang dazed looked peak. Eyes full sorrow tears reluctant part. He knew sirs this trip farewell world. But he understood that love surpassing death. Zhang silently prayed. Hope they otherworld forever happy. Many years later. Villa became tourist spot. Attracted countless visitors. One day. Little girl with parents came play. She attracted by mountaintop gravestone. Curious pointed asked parents. That gravestone so big. Who buried inside? Parents looked gravestone full emotion. Slowly recounted Ethan and Bianca Frost story. Girl quietly listened. Eyes sparkling tears. Story done. Girl squatted. Plucked azalea bouquet from bush. Carefully placed before gravestone. Childish voice full blessing. Hope otherworld. You two forever happy together.